What in the actual hell is going on? I got a story here that I'm passionate about, and I haven't really heard or seen much of anybody really talk about it. Maybe Tim Pool touched upon it a couple of days ago, but I don't really see any follow-up. So I wanted to put my 2 cents in and give you my opinion on this matter, on this topic. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Damn it, Puerto Rico. What the hell is going on out there? What are you guys doing out there? Are you serious? Is that what you're doing to your people? To make a political point? Let's jump into this article and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on in Puerto Rico. Now, all these articles was found on something called News Voice. I love the app. What's really great about News Voice is that it kind of gives you a spread from middle, left to right, publications, news gathering, companies, and they kind of let you know what the bias is and lets you kind of read through and figure it out for yourself. So News Voice is not paying me to do this, but I just like the app. So good job, News Voice. So this first article is from the Western Journal. They're considered as right-leaning, so take that with a grain of salt, or take that however you want to take it. The title is Rogue Citizen Breaches Puerto Rico's Warehouse, Finds Mountains of Supplies. So let's jump into this article. So the article begins saying, if you'd forgotten about the utter importance of Puerto Rican officialdom, I don't like the sound of that, but officialdom in the face of disaster, an intrepid man with a Facebook live stream has reminded the world of it. Now Puerto Ricans have taken to the streets to demand the resignation of their governor. The scandal spans 2 separate disasters that overwhelmed the government in San Juan. The first was Hurricane Maria back in 2017. No, pause. 2017. These people back then needed that help. Do you know what kind of natural disasters that has come through Puerto Rico since 2017? Do you have any idea?
Do you have any idea how disgusting that is?
It was just about a couple of weeks ago that Puerto Rico has suffered 2 really significant earthquakes that ripped through the country. I mean, debilitating the whole country. People were sleeping outside. People were actually sleeping outside in sleeping bag and tents because they were afraid to sleep in their house, in fear that the house is going to go and collapse on them from another random earthquake. That's how bad Puerto Rico is right now. They're still coming from the crippling attacks of nature with the hurricanes, and now they have to deal with the earth moving. All right, so continuing. A storm which resulted in catastrophic damage to the island and a back and forth between Puerto Rican officials and the Trump administration. Now, I know you remember back then around 2017, 2018, where there was a massive scandal on how Donald Trump wasn't helping enough. Remember the whole tossing the paper towel scandal, and people thought that, he was looking down on them or treating them like trash or not respecting Puerto Rico, especially after what happened. They were talking about how Donald Trump could have done more. And according to some other articles that I was reading, Donald Trump didn't release all of the money that Congress basically sanctioned, or not sanctioned, but sanctioned, that government, the Senate actually gave out, is because he was worried about corruption. So Donald Trump had the foresight, knew that Puerto Rico kind of corrupt, they don't know how to manage the government all that well. Let's just kind of piecemeal this money. Now, the article continues to say that at the time, many criticized Puerto Rico for its slow response, particularly when it came to the distribution of emergency supplies. The second disaster involved a series of earthquakes that have hit the island in the past several weeks, like I talked about it earlier, with many Puerto Ricans sleeping outside for fear their houses will collapse. Well, let's continue on reading, because the article is going to talk about this one dude that did some sleuthing, did some Sherlock Holming.
But how'd you know about that? Elementary, my dear Watson. This man has been dead for at least 2 hours. Moriarty isn't wasting any time.
Did some detective work, some gumshoeing, and got down to exactly what happened to a lot of the supplies that was sent out to Puerto Rico. So the article continues to read saying, it wasn't until El León Fiscalizador, El León Fiscalizador. Let me try that one more time. All right. Okay. It wasn't until El León Fiscalizador, woo, nailed it. So the article says that El León Fiscalizador went live Saturday on Facebook that they knew how deeply they'd been let down. However, El León Fiscalizador, or in English, the Lion of Accountability, is the nom de social media of Lorenzo Delgado Torres. I'm saying it in Spanish because, dude, I speak Spanish, so I'm not even going to play around. According to the New York Times. Now, in the video, Torres is seen entering a warehouse in Ponce on the southern side of the island. Inside the warehouse are pallets of bottled water, diapers, portable stoves, baby formula, and other necessities, all undistributed and all from Hurricane Maria over 2 years ago. People, YouTube, 2 years ago? I mean, is the water even still good after 2 years? I'm guessing so, bottled water, right? But, I mean, you got all these supplies, all these necessities that these people needed, and they needed it like yesterday, and they've been holding it for 2 years. 2 years. So in the video it said, I think the commentary was, he said, share what you're about to see, Torres said in the video, and plenty of people did. For those curious, here's the unabridged, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's nearly 2 hours long. I'm pretty sure you have better things to do, blah, 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 blah. The video has almost 850,000 views, should be more than that, and nearly 34,000 shares as of this past Tuesday. Hot damn. Now, Torres in the video did say that the water appeared to be expired. However, in regards to the other less perishable supplies, there didn't appear to be anyone around to distribute them. Now, the article continues to say, according to CNN, Carlos Acevedo, former director of Puerto Rico's Office of Emergency Management, said the water in the warehouse was among 80 pallets left behind after roughly 600 pallets. Left behind after roughly 600 pallets were distributed during the run-up to Hurricane Duran and Tropical Storm Karen last year, as well as during a 2019 drought. The water was there, he said, because it was expired. But, Senor Acevedo, what about the other stuff, man? What about the Pampers? What about the baby wipes? What about the batteries? What about the portable stoves or portable, stove? What about all the other stuff that wasn't perishable? So the water, got it, understood. You don't want to give it out because it got expired. But the other thing, the other items that you have stuck there in the warehouse, what were you waiting for? The bubonic plague? The SARS coming back? Like, what were you waiting for? These people need these things now, right now, and you're just holding it hostage, leaving it there for what, my dude? For what? Like, are you serious right now? These people needed whatever. All right, let's continue reading. So, the article continues to say, Acevedo defended the Office of Emergency Management on Twitter in the wake of the video's release, saying that there hadn't been any lack of supplies to hand out to quake victims. And I apologize if I look a little sleepy with these eyes, with this memoji, but I'm literally trying to read and look at the camera at the same time, so I apologize for that. Now, the New York Times later reported that many of the supplies were distributed on Monday. As you may have noticed, however, Acevedo is not the former director of Puerto Rico's Office of Emergency Management. He was fired by Governor Wanda Vázquez within hours of the video being uploaded, with two other cabinet officials getting the axe by Sunday. And since then, she has handed over the control of the Office of Emergency Management to the National Guard. Vasquez, according to CBS News, David Begnod, sorry if I mispronounced your name, initially ordered a speedy investigation into why the aid wasn't distributed. However, she backtracked and said the investigation will be helmed by the island's new attorney general and will remain confidential. Wow. And there's a Twitter post from David Begnod, and it says Puerto Rico's governor, who used to be attorney general, ordered an investigation done within 48 hours into aid that wasn't distributed to people in need. Now, she says the findings are confidential and will be investigated by the new AG. People want to know preliminary findings now. It was back in January 21st of this year, 2020. Part of the problem is that Vasquez herself, as the article continues to write, may end up being the next individual out of a job, as protesters in San Juan are demanding her resignation. Puerto Rico is not having it. All right. Puerto Rico is not having any of this. Okay. They are pissed off and they are showing it. They are protesting in front of the governor's mansion right now. And they write down in the post, I guess it's a repost. He says, the only government job, distribute the supplies. What did they do? They hid them and let us die. Hot damn. This is an act of pure evil to hold back supplies. Protester Orlando Rivera, age 21, told the Times. It's like watching someone dying in front of you and not helping them. Damn. Another quote, we are outraged, says Freila Rivas, age 70, said as she protested outside of the governor's mansion. If there are resources, why do the people have to suffer? It's enraging. So continuing on with the article, according to CNN, protesters were banging pots outside of the governor's mansion in scenes that were reminiscent of what took place in Puerto Rico last summer, when protesters filled the street demanding the resignation of then Governor Ricardo Rosello, who resigned in August. I respect a constitutional right of citizens to demonstrate, Vasquez said on Twitter. There is no need for use of the shock force at this time. Okay. Okay there. All right, lady. All right, Governor, you better watch your back, because I don't think these people are going to take this one sitting down. They're coming for you, and I don't think they're going to stop. I don't think they're going to stop this at all. Oh, but check this out. This next part here in the article. Vasquez had better get used to it. On Tuesday, one of the fired officials says that the governor knew about the warehouses before the video came out. Oh no! Oh no! Dips. See, and that's the problem now. Now you're firing people that knows the probably the inner workings. They know the no. So, oh man, this is not looking good. So I think the article is almost done here, guys. All of which is to say, this is, well, unsurprising. The governmental infrastructure of Puerto Rico has long been broken, a fact which became evident to anyone who bothered to pay attention in the wake of Hurricane Maria and in the tragic comic. What the? You couldn't find a better word than tragicomic? Anyways, disaster that unfolded as a series of incompetent bureaucrats couldn't seem to find a way to get desperately needed supplies to anyone who were elected or appointed to serve, and then loudly complained Washington wasn't sending them enough supplies. Yeah, isn't that shocking, huh? Yeah. The article finalizing, I think the article is saying things haven't improved one bit since then. If you don't believe me, just look at that warehouse 2 years later, and members of officialdom still haven't figured out a way to distribute those relief supplies. People, what in the world is going on in Puerto Rico? Now, I'm not going to read the other articles. The other articles basically just goes over the same type of points. This one was a little bit more deeper in detail. That's why I kind of focused on this article. But man, Puerto Rico, listen, my heart it feels for you right now. I'm praying for you. I've already sent out some supplies myself with my family, my extended family. We're trying our very best to see what the people need out there in Puerto Rico. I'm going to keep up to date with this and other things that are going on that I care about. So that's my first video. I don't know how frequent I'm going to be on this. I'm literally just here because I love the news, and I have a voice that I want to kind of share to the community. Like I said, I love YouTube. It sucks to see how YouTube is kind of morphing and changing into something that I can't recognize really all that much. But I'm here for the community. I'm here for the feedback. I'm here for the commentary. Both people that agree with me, people that don't agree with me, people that say, hey, you know, Mr. What Matters, you missed this piece, or you haven't seen this piece. I mean, I literally have Twitter posts that I want to go over, but I'm already thinking this video has gone a little way too long. So maybe I'll make a part 2 of just some of the feedback and some of the social media commentary that people are having with the story. But yeah, hopefully you'll be seeing more of me. Hopefully you'll be seeing me post up on a free, more, no, I don't want to say daily. I don't even want to say weekly. I don't know. With my schedule, I'm literally in my car right now. I'm doing this in a little break that I have. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Wow. I actually sound like a real YouTuber. Wow. This is great. Leave a comment down below, y'all. I'll talk to you later.